Now, it's not my place to in any way denigrate the good work that has been done by excellent thought leaders such as Joe Paluzzi and Robert Rose. I've met both of these gentlemen previously, and as I say, I've only got the utmost respect for them. However, they are responsible for promoting a certain way of thinking about content marketing, and I believe that they should be ready to stand up, for their beliefs and their positions in terms of the phrases that they've coined and the ideas that they've parlayed. With the greatest of respect, I'm going to accuse these two gentlemen of potentially not engaging in real joined-up thinking. Now, why do I say this? Well, here's a really good example of what I think is not engaging in joined-up thinking. So at the Content Marketing World Event 2017, which was held in September, just a few short weeks ago, Robert Rose communicated the following: addressable audiences are the new product. Okay, so I look at this and I'm an intending content marketeer and I'm running a small business, and I'm asking myself, well, I understand that this content marketing thing is pretty cool and pretty good, and everyone's talking about it, and I guess I should sort of get in on the act, right? So what are the guys that count in this space actually saying about this stuff? So I then see this tweet from Robert Rose, addressable audiences are the new product, and then I think to myself, well, how does that relate to me in any meaningful sense? How does that help me solve my problem or help me sort of, drive some sort of profitable action when I want to embrace this thing called content marketing? Well, apart from the fact that on the face of it, I just don't think that it actually makes any sense. But then you again look at the definition of it, addressable audiences. Well, actually, everybody's addressable today via online via Facebook or Google. So I don't think you've got a particular audience as such. An audience is really, to be found in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is the only true audience. Rock concerts, places where large numbers of people physically gather together to receive some kind of communication or some sort of, medium. Or audiences per se, in my view, certainly, implied in Robert Rose's work here, suggests to me that this is an industrial economy audience. Because today, when you are on the receiving end of some sort of communication, having been addressed via Facebook or Google, principally, you are not having that exchange of communication with the party, communicating with you, thinking that you're part of a bigger audience. You're actually thinking, well, I'm in the process of having a relationship with this particular person, so we're going to exchange some sort of value. So that sort of the psychology of the moment doesn't impart itself to be that of what normally manifests itself in someone who's in an audience, Super Bowl style. No, what it is, it's all about individuals wanting to sort of communicate and engage their attention with the party that's communicated to them. So I don't think there's any addressable audiences per se. I think what you have is a potential tribe made up of individual people. And so your marketing communications need to be directed towards the particular needs of the individual and not to some generally defined ill-defined audience who as I say, simply aren't readily gathering or congregating these days. So that's my problem with the word addressable audiences. And then you go on to ask, ask what do they mean by the new product? So an addressable audience is the new product. I just don't understand what that means. And I know that anyone else who is really starting out, wanting to sort of be led by the whole aspect of so-called content marketing, would struggle with something like that. So I would suggest that today some of our so-called thought leaders haven't engaged in any meaningful joined-up thinking.